First, you're going to start by opening After Effects. It might take a while to open, it usually always does. Once it's open, you are going to open a new project. From there, you're going to go to that top bar and it says New Composition, and you're going to create a new composition. You can label your composition if you would like. The next one is your preset of how big it is. There are many presets that you can choose from. The next one is your size for your screen, and then you got your frame rate, which is how fast it goes per picture per frame. Resolution, I usually do full, and then that is how long your animation will be at the moment. And then you can change your background color. You can click on the eyedropper, or you can double click that box and pick a color and press OK. From there, you have this is where all of your layers will be, and then right next to it you have your time. So that's your slide bar that moves through your time. You can make it really big, which makes the frame, you can see each frame really small, or really small, which makes you can see the 15 seconds. If you grab the hand tool at the top, you can drag your screen. You have a shape tool. That's how you're going to make any shape you want. If you double click it, it automatically makes a shape layer. Next to it, you have a pen tool, type tool. If you want to make a new shape layer and you don't want to do it, you can go layer, new shape layer. You can also just delete the layer by clicking on it. To make a shape, you need to be on that square. You also can change the shape. It's the same as Illustrator. Then you can move it by clicking it and dragging it to the place that you want. In order to make sure that it moves correctly, you would want to make sure that you're clicked on that layer, and that little dot in the middle shows you where its center point is. So you want to make sure that it is in the center of the shape, not in the center of the full screen. Then you're going to click back on the layer and you got transform. This is where you're going to find all of your things that you can do with it. You can change the position, you can change the scale, rotation, and opacity. Say you would like to move your shape, you're going to click that little time code on the side. You will move the slider thing forward and then move it again. You can either drag it, or you can drag the numbers, or you could enter in a specific number. You can also change points just like you would in Illustrator with the direct selection tool. You can make it curvy, you can make it really straight. That's really up to you. As you can see, it's gonna go really slow right there, but that's because there's so much time for a little space. There is less time for that smaller curved, so it's gonna go faster. So to press play, you can press the space bar and it will play. You can also, to stop it, you press the space bar again. Scale, you can click, you do the same thing, you click on the little time code or time clock, and then you can move it and then change the scale. You can also change it both, or like at the same width and height, or you can click that little connector thing and you can change just one versus the other. It's really up to you. So I'm just going to mess around with this real quick. You can also just click it and enter a number. Again, press the space bar to play, press the space bar to stop. Rotation, so this turns your shape. So if you do the one plus 0, 0, 0, that's going to only turn it once because it's multiplied by it's multiplied by 0. So if you add in more next to that 0x, the more numbers you have, the more times it's going to spin. I'm strategically trying right now to make it go the way the line is going, just for an interesting, maybe looking effect. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. All right, and now the last one, opacity. So you're gonna click the time code again, move it forward. It only goes 0 to 100 because 0 is you can't see it, 100 is you can see it. So like, oh man, I can't see it right now. Okay, so I'm gonna move that 0 nowhere. I'm gonna move that 100 closer to the 0 so that it has a longer time being 100% rather than 0%. So it kind of just fades off to being a ghost. So I'm going to add a new shape layer. Actually, I'm going to change the background. So we're going to change the background here only because I want a different background color. So that maybe I can see that purple a little bit better. So as of right now, that layer is above the shape layer. So I'm going to bring it down so that I can see my shape. And now I can see it really, really clear compared to the purple last. So I'm going to add a new shape layer, and I am going to draw 2 triangles on this layer, or 2 rectangles. I don't know why I'm saying triangles. So I got 2 triangles. As you can see, they're both on that same shape layer. So I'm going to move that center point to maybe in the middle of them, just so that they move together on the right axis or on the right center. So you can transform them by the same thing. It says transform underneath that shape layer. Position, same thing. They're just going to move together rather than by themselves. So if you want to save it, you're going to do save as, and you'll save it under your student drive as of right now.